What is Barbados architecture like? Well, check out this vibrant photo of a bar, and the photo is on the thumbnail for this video and also is the feature of this week's blog post. I'm just going to move my camera because that calendar to the left is quite annoying. There you go, that's better. Hi and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm mcEvoy. This is my weekly video where I talk about what I've written about in my blog. Well, why not? This is take two because somebody just phoned me up just as I was recording this. Actually, I got 5.5 minutes in, so not too happy with that, so we'll have to start again. Not to worry. Well, like I say, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm mcEvoy. I'm a photographer, blogger and podcaster. I'm based in the UK and I photograph buildings and buildings in nice places. And I write about photography and I talk about photography. And I've been doing photography for a long old time. So this week on my blog, which you can get to at mcEvoyphotography.com, I'm talking about a photo of a bar. It's the Absolut Bar at the end of St. Lawrence Gap in lovely Barbados. I don't miss being there much. Oh, if I was there now, I'd be a happy boy, I can assure you, because it's late January here in England and it's grey and dull, but at least it's not raining. Anyway, let's get back to the warmth. What do I say? One thing I do want to do is read out the bit in the post about Barbados architecture, because this is quite good, even though I say so myself. Just read this out, bear with. Barbados architecture is unique due to the use of bright, vibrant colours applied to both the timber facades and the sheet metal roof coverings, giving Barbados its unique look and feel. Many of the buildings in Barbados are painted in bright colours, giving a very colourful vista. Now, you don't get many buildings in England painted in green and white on the walls and the roof, so that's why I love stuff like this, and that's why I love going to places like Barbados, because they do things differently and in such a good way. So this bar, it's unfortunately closed down. I don't know how long it's been closed down for, but it's a crying shame because it's a fascinating building. So you got the timber facade. I don't know if it's timber frame or not, I assume it is. And then you got the metal sheet roof, and it's all been painted. So it's painted green. God, I'm hesitating there, aren't I? Is it painted green and lettering white, or is it painted white with lettering green? The building's painted green and white with the Absolut in. I'm looking at the photo now in Lightroom. So the building's white with green features, and the building's green with white features, and the roof's white with green lettering on it. There you go. Check out the blog post at mcEvoyphotography.com to see the photo that I'm talking about. So what do I talk about in the blog post? Well, the camera setting that I use to take the photo. So I'm using my Canon 6D, my go-to walkabout lens of choice, the Canon 24-105mm f4L lens. That's it, no more. Handheld, well, I've got a wrist strap and I've got a lens hood. Always use a lens hood, especially when it's sunny, because it protects your lens from anything. Okay, camera settings, well, f8, go to aperture, shutter speed, 1/1000th of a second, 1/4000th of a second, and 1/250th of a second. Yep, I took 3 photos. Possibly didn't need to for this, maybe it's just a habit thing, but I merge them together in Lightroom and that's what I start working with. ISO 400 AV mode, and for me the unusually long focal length of 35mm. Reason I say that is I take 95% of my photos at 17mm, but I'm going to struggle to do that with this lens, aren't I, being a 24-105. So where was the photo taken? Well, it's a building at the end of St. Lawrence Gap in Barbados. That's a very interesting street to walk round it. It's quite a long one, and it takes you along the beach past loads of bars and restaurants, and it's lovely. And when you get up to the top on the main road, across the road is this Absolut Watering Hole bar, unfortunately closed, but it's there in all its green and white glory. Now, why do I like this building? Well, it's timber framed and it's got a metal roof. It's actually quite useful having the photo here for me to look at. Helps me tell you what I'm talking about. There we go, that's better. And it's got all these power lines in the front. Now, quite often, or when I'm doing an architectural shoot in England, I delete the power lines, but here they're part of the scene, the overhead power lines. So I didn't delete them and I didn't tidy up anything. It's because I wanted to represent the thing that I saw. So yeah, like I say, check out the blog post where you'll see the original edit done in 2017, 2018, and then the new edits, one of them being the Lightroom auto adjustments. Now I'm talking about auto white balance adjustment, the auto button in the basic panel, or the not so basic panel as I like to call it, it's so powerful, and the transform auto button, which makes things straight and level and the right proportions. Now these three things can miraculously transform a photo in 3 clicks, and then you can chuck in a 4th click and you can get a black and white one, which on this one it wasn't great, but it was okay. But then I did a new edit, and what I've started doing in these posts about my own photos is doing a 1-minute edit. But why am I bothering? I was trying to prove how good I was at editing photos in 1 minute, and it turns out I'm not. So what I've done is I just let myself re-edit the photo, take as long as I want to, and do what I need to do, and that's the last photo in the blog post. Took me 10 minutes, quite like it. I've cropped in a bit actually. I've changed the composition, and I've changed the emphasis of the light, which is always a good thing to do. So like I say, check out the blog post, and I think that'll do me for now. So in the blog post there's lots more info about the background to the photo and the editing that I've done. So I'm going to stop there. I'm going to say thanks for watching, delighted to have you with me, and why not check out my splendid Photography Explained podcast, which has its own website, photographyexplainedpodcast.com, and then there's my own website, mcEvoyphotography.com. And of course there's this YouTube channel. Subscribe, like this video, send me a comment, always great to hear from you. And if you want to receive an email from me every week about what I'm thinking about, just go over to mcEvoyphotography.com, fill in the box, there's lots of them, you can't really miss them, and that's it. And you'll get a weekly email from me, which like I say, I tell you what I've been thinking and trying to give you something helpful every week. So I'll wrap up there. Thanks for watching. Hopefully see you on another video. Take care, stay safe. Cheers from me, Rick. And now the awkward bit when I press stop because my remote control's not working.